This is an introduction to Windows 10. Windows 10 is very similar to Windows 7, but there are some new features that you'll want to know about, so I would like to introduce you to those. You'll notice the screen doesn't look too different than Windows 7 did. You've got your icons that go down the side of your screen. You have items in your taskbar along the bottom of the screen, and you've got your system tray, which is now called the Notification Center. Let's go look at the Start menu. It's in the same location in the lower left-hand corner. If I click on the Start menu, all of the programs on this machine are in alphabetical order in this column on the right, and there's a there's a scroll bar right here where we can scroll down and look for programs we want. We could find Excel, we could scroll down and find Word, and some of these programs have a drop down next to them. And if you see a little drop down arrowhead there, that tells you that there are other programs within the folder that you might want to investigate. The right hand side of the Start menu is also called the Start menu, but it has icons on it called tiles. This is very similar to Windows 8. You'll notice that we have the tiles for Word and Excel and PowerPoint, and if we click on these, they would open the program. You can also resize this. If I go up to the very top of the window where I get the double-headed arrow, I can pull it down. This is as big as it goes, so I can pull it down a little bit and make it smaller if I want to, or put it back up so that we can see as much on here as we can. The tiles can be resized. If I wanted to make the Word tile larger, I would right-click on it. It opens up a menu for me where I can resize, and I could pick Medium. Now I have a larger Word icon, so I can find it a little faster. I'm going to put it back to small right now. Right-click, resize, small. You can move the icons by clicking on them and just dragging them. Put them wherever you'd like them to be. I'll put this all back in the nice little row. This icon is a little larger. It's the weather icon. Now I've already set mine up for Birmingham. Yours may say Washington right now, and if it does, you'll just double click on it, make sure it says Fahrenheit, type in the city where your school is, Birmingham, Bloomfield, West Bloomfield, and it will set you up for your location. When I double click on it, it shows me forecasts for the upcoming days. In addition, over here on the left-hand side, there's some other interesting things. A map that can show me the radar if there's a storm coming in. I don't know what launch location is. We'll have to investigate that further. Some of these things I haven't played with yet, but they are there and available to you. I do like this one, though. I do like seeing the radar come in. Okay. Now along the bottom there are some new icons that we will discuss at another time. I'll make other tutorials on them. This is a virtual desktop. This is the new default browser called Edge. And down here, this folder is called the File Explorer. So I'll do other tutorials on those. This one that looks like a suitcase is the store for Microsoft, but it's not something that we use in the district. Our programs are purchased through an enterprise purchase, and we deliver them to you with your build, so we don't buy them from the Microsoft store like this. So we will not be using this icon, but it is built into Windows 10, and that's why you're seeing it on this taskbar. Another app that's built into Windows 10 is this Mail app, but it's not as powerful. It doesn't offer you as many features as Outlook 2016, the client, does. So we will not be using this icon either. This is an Outlook icon that has already been added. It is not part of your build. I can show you how to add this to your taskbar, and I'll do that in just a moment. Going along here to the further down, we go into the taskbar, now called the Notification Center. I'm using a laptop, so you can see that I can see my battery level. I can see if I'm on the network. If I click on the little speaker, I can adjust my volume. And this is another feature I like, is if I click on the date and time, I get a quick access to a calendar. So I can count out days, I can see what day of the week a certain date is on. So this is a very quick access and very helpful to me. Okay. One of my favorite things in Windows 10 is Cortana. Now Cortana is a digital assistant. If you click on Cortana, it's probably going to ask you to set up an account, and I recommend that you don't do that. This sort of designed, if we were using Office 365 right now, this would be extremely helpful to us. But right now there's a lot of features that you can use in Cortana that you don't need to set up an account for. So let me show those to you. I like to use Cortana for a couple different things. One is you can do quick math in it. If I wanted to see how many minutes were in a year, I could do 365 times 24 times 60. And I think I typed that correctly. Yes. So now I've got the total number of minutes in a year. Just quick math done without any having to open a specific program. However, if I wanted to open up the calculator to do something more calculated or complicated, I can click down in Cortana, type calculator. I just type a few letters and it finds it for me right away. I could open up my calculator and I could do more complicated math. And this is actually my favorite way to find a program. If I click down here and I actually type Outlook, which is the client that we want to use as staff members, I can right click on that and I can add it to my start menu. I could unpin it from my taskbar because I had previously pinned it to this taskbar. But I could pin it to my start menu. And now when I go back into my start menu and look at my tiles, there's my new icon. And as we already talked about, I can right click on it, I can resize it and make it small so it's sort of the same size as my other icons. I could also move it if I wanted to. Okay. Another thing that you can use Cortana to search the web. So let's say we wanted to go to lunch for Middle Eastern food. If I go Middle Eastern restaurant, oh, and it actually guessed I want Middle Eastern restaurants near me. It immediately searches out and finds the one closest to us. You can also notice that there's a map down here in the bottom. So if I scroll over these restaurants, it actually is highlighting the specific location of this restaurant on this map. So if there's something you need in the web, you can type that into Cortana. She will default to the Edge browser and find that information for you. Let's see. I think that gives you a pretty good introduction to what's going on with Windows 10, and hopefully that'll give you a good start. I will be preparing some additional tutorials that will be posted soon.